Hey guys, DYNE here. Before this video actually starts, I want to get around to mentioning something that I didn't mention in the video proper. And, you know, that is a mistake, but what's an even bigger mistake is that it's also something that Jeff Keighley himself did not address during the Game Awards today, and that was the hundreds, if not thousands, of layoffs that occurred throughout the gaming industry in 2023, something he probably should have mentioned, and something that was very important and would have gone a long way to, you know, showing solidarity with all those people. It was a great year for gaming, so many big releases, but that was also a very, very horrible thing that happened, was the mass layoffs that occurred throughout the year, and how the gaming industry in general has changed for, some would say the better, but also very, very worse. So all the, you know, my solidarity goes out to all the people that have been affected by the various layoffs that occurred at major studios and publishers this year. I hope you are able to find another place in the gaming industry, because no doubt, you know, all those people make the games what they are possible, and without them we wouldn't be having celebrations like this where we celebrate these games. So which is why it's so it's disappointing that Jeff did not bring attention to it, but you know, my heart goes out to all those people. Do be aware that your contributions are recognized and will be heard, and we hope you are able to find a place in the industry once again. But with all of that being said, that's me done for this little introductory bit. Let's get on to the proper video, and I hope you enjoy it.
Nagisa-chan, 台湾カステラ食べない？うわーい、台湾カステラ食べる。
G'day folks, it's DYNE. Welcome back to the channel. We're back for day 8 of 25 Days of DYNEmas, where I do a video every day leading up until Christmas, so you're getting 25 videos in a row. Today, it's not like a dragon. We're going to be continuing that in a couple of days, but the Game Awards were today. I originally did start to record my live reactions to the Game Awards. I was actually thinking of streaming it, but something happened with YouTube, so I couldn't do that. So I thought I'd record it, but about maybe an hour in, I stopped because I wasn't really getting anything. There were large portions of silence. It wasn't going to be good. But what I thought I'd do instead is go through all the trailers that I thought were really cool, all the games that I'm interested in checking out, and just do a huge roundup, kind of like what I did with the Xbox Summer Games Fest thing, where I just looked at all the trailers I liked. And we're going to do the same thing, except now there's a lot more of them, because there were actually quite a few trailers that were really, 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 really cool, and stuff I got hyped for. Ironically, I turned off my recording before things really got good. So, and also the Game Awards, before we actually start though, I thought I might talk just really quickly about the Game Awards itself. No big surprises. Baldur's Gate 3 has been named Game of the Year. That's probably well deserved, knowing how big it was and how meticulously it was crafted, and it's just really an expansive, just crazy RPG where they just put absolutely everything into it. And you know what? That is probably why people love it so much, and why it probably deserved Game of the Year. So congratulations to the team behind Baldur's Gate 3. You guys made the best game this year. Alan Wake 2 received a bunch of awards, which, you know, knowing the Game Awards doesn't surprise me. Honkai Star Rail, congratulations guys for best mobile game. Thoroughly deserved, even though I haven't really played it that much. I'm just dabbling on Honkai on my phone. I'm waiting till I get a PS5, and then I will start playing it for real. Genshin walked away with no awards. So we were Genshin was nominated for Best Ongoing Game, and also the Player's Choice. They lost both. One, the ongoing game was lost to Cyberpunk 2077. You know what? You know, knowing the launch of Cyberpunk and where it is now with this huge DLC expansion, Probably, I guess, good ongoing game, but again, you know, Fontaine came out this year and everyone loves it, so yeah, there is that. Well, I guess the mainstream doesn't really care. And player's choice, they got beaten. Genshin fans, where were you at? This is usually where you excel at being absolutely relentless. You can't beat Baldur's Gate. You couldn't force through the player's choice victory, even against Baldur's Gate 3. You guys slept, man. You guys absolutely slept. Apart from that, nothing really surprising. Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth did not win most anticipated game. That went to Final Fantasy VII. I knew that was going to happen, but you know, there's a little part of me that hoped that Yakuza fans would pull through. And well, it might not be the most anticipated game, but it's my most anticipated game. Okay, it is the biggest RPG that Ryuga Gotoku Studio have ever made, apparently, and yo, if it's gonna crap all over FF7, but that's just me. I love my Yakuzis. Anyway, there's plenty more things I could talk about. Surprisingly, there were no stage invasions, there was no shenanigans, there was no bullshit. Probably because GTA 6 finally is coming out. So, you know, no need for them to, you know, come out of their basements. Anyway, we're going to go through all these trailers. There's heaps of them, and the first one is one especially that I wanted to talk up because it's from the makers of Untitled Goose Game. It's called Big Walk. It's from a studio called House House, and you'll understand why I think this is a really important game once we look through this trailer. House House, again, the folks behind Goose Game, such a popular game all over the world, took the world by storm, which is funny considering it's literally just 4 dudes operating out of a small office in Fitzroy here in Melbourne that made that game all by themselves, and it became this global hit. And they got this huge spot at the Game Awards for their next project, which is called Big Walk. It's a first-person exploration game, potentially multiplayer. It's about puzzles, basically puzzle solving to navigate through. It's just a bunch of these little what do they call them? During my recording, I said they remind me of the little bird things that you put in your desk, and they like their head dips down and they drink the water, like, you know, the thing from The Simpsons, that thing, like, that's what they look like. They're navigating the Australian bush, which, you know, looks absolutely fantastic. Probably the best depiction of an Australian environment in any game, really. Although that's not really that high of a bar to clear, considering the only other one that I can think of at the moment is Forza Horizon 3. That's what I was going to say. Fucking Big Walk. It actually looks really great. It's not coming out till 2025, but, you know, that's fine. It's gonna look absolutely beautiful. It's gonna look really great on the PS5. Australian and New Zealand designers absolutely killing it right now. You know, we got House are back with another fantastic looking game. Bennett Foddy is coming out with Baby Steps on the PS5, and that also looks really good, and he's the man behind Getting Over It and Co-op, 2 other big viral global hits. We're killing it right now, guys. We're absolutely killing it. So it's not the big games that are going to do it here in Australia. It's the indie games. Keep supporting these little indie studios. There's a heap of games that keep coming out on the Nintendo indie world from Australian developers, especially Victorian developers that Australian, it's fine, but I will especially get behind Victorian developers because, you know, that's where I live. That's my state. These are my people. These are my fellow brothers and sisters in Victoria. I have to rep them. So that was Big Walk, coming out in 2025. Looks absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait for it. Go support this game so that House can continue to grow. I don't know if it's going to be the viral hit that Goose Game was, but here's hoping. Next up, we had Kamuri, Miss Nakamura, from formerly of Tango Gameworks. You know who she is. She's the cute little Japanese girl in the glasses who's dancing around and having fun and being just oh so cute. She came out. This is her new studio, Unseen. She left Tango Gameworks just before Ghostwire Tokyo was completed. And that was the big game that she sort of went viral for when it was announced. And she left prior to its completion. And she's gone to form her own studio. And this is they don't even have a publisher yet. They don't have a publisher. All they have is this proof of concept. But, you know, they're no doubt going to get a publisher. Just looking at this teaser of Kamuri, it looks like a combination. It's samurai stuff. It's fighting yokai. It's just third-person parkour, action-adventure, urban environment. Whatever it is, it looks absolutely great. And I actually think this looks pretty cool. Cannot wait for it. So that was Kamuri. Not that long of a trailer. But it was a great proof of concept, and it's just lovely seeing Nakamura-chan at a live event. She's just the most adorable thing. Next up, we have Black Myth Wukong. Finally, this game is coming out in sometime in 2024. Keep getting it mixed up with Wolong Fallen Dynasty, but this is a Chinese studio that's behind this. And again, looks great. Game Science, they're the studio.
Master, are
But
there more good folks in the world?
I'm not sure how Wolong. See, I don't know if they're very similar games, but Wolong Fallen Dynasty, I'm not sure how it went. I will look that up as this trailer is playing, actually. Because people, yeah, it was sort of, it was kind of like middle of the road. It was developed by Team Ninja, who we might see in this. Who we might see in just a little bit in this playlist, by the way. But the reception, it was okay. It got, it was like a good 8 out of 10, I guess. Generally, people were generally positive on it. It was fine. But you know, it's gonna be awesome to see how Black Myth goes. Especially from a Chinese studio, because what I've noticed with Chinese studios is that they go absolutely in. Like, their games surprisingly look fantastic. Like, they've released some fantastic, there have been some fantastic games released by Chinese developers in recent years. And it seems that that stigma, China, like, that old stigma is kind of going away. Especially since most of the Chinese studios are independent studios. They're not operated by like Tencent is the one you have to watch out for, because, you know, supposedly they have ties to China's government. But you know, we won't talk about that anyway. But everything else that comes out of China, absolutely fantastic. You know, you just have to look at Hoyo. Look at Hoyo to see just how much they put into their games, and Black Myth looks great. Like, this actually looks like a really sick game. Journey to the West is always a cool thing to check out. It is coming to PS5 and Xbox on August 20th. It's also coming to PC later on. So that's Black Myth Wukong. Looks like a fantastic game. All these games are going to be fantastic games because, you know, I'm bothering to react to them. And I only look at games that I think look cool. Now this, I thought, because me and my brother were watching this together, I thought this was a couple of things. I thought this was, first of all, I thought it might have been Armored Core. Like an Armored Core 6 DLC, or just like another, maybe a remake of an Armored Core, an old Armored Core game, which, you know wouldn't come unwanted. Just looking at the battles, it's very Armored Core. And then we saw what looked like a Gundam in the trailers. I thought, okay, is this a Gundam game? Are they releasing a new Gundam game that actually like a big, full-on 3D action game along the lines of Armored Core, which, you know, people wouldn't be mad about that one. We rarely get Gundam games out here in the West, so, you know, bring us a Super Robot Wars or something. And then I thought maybe it's Gundam being added to Armored 6, maybe it's an expansion featuring Gundam. But it's none of those things. It is an entirely different game. It is called Mecha Break, and it looks sick. Like, I won't lie. Maybe it's maybe it is Gundams, and like they're like it's kind of like a Western version of Super Robot Wars. Just this big, expansive like action adventure fighting with Gundams. See, he's got a sword, so could very well be a Gundam. It does Amazing Season Games. That's a studio I'm not familiar with, but it is coming to PS5 and Xbox, and also will be coming to Steam as well. And a closed alpha test is on the way. Now, speaking of Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, Rise of the Ronin. It's finally coming out. We finally have a date for it. Cool. The game that I thought was originally Kinitsugami when it was announced, and people have been hyping up this game massively because it's another big Team Ninja release. You know, the same guys who did Neo, and they also worked on other stuff that I can't think of the top of my head. Fate Samurai Remnant, I believe they're also the team behind that, which I have still to play, because I did want to play Samurai Remnant, but I haven't done it yet. But I'll play Rise of the Ronin. Like, look at this. If it looks as good as this, like in Alpha, hell yeah. Like, I think there's a lot of games that are going to look fantastic on the PS5, because the PS5 is just a sick looking, like, I've seen games on the PS5. You can fight like power bombing like sumo in this game. Yeah, it's Team Ninja, so hack and slash. It's like it's not going to be like, it's probably going to be like Neo, but at the same time it's going to be more I hate when it does this. It's going to be a bit more sort of fluid than Neo was. Neo was sort of more akin to Dark Souls. This is more along the lines of Ghost of Tsushima, and Kinitsugami could also be another game you could compare it to. But either way, it looks great. The sword and gun gameplay, so it's very like a Dragon Ishin, which I haven't finished yet. I need to go back and finish that too. March 22nd, and at the moment, it looks to be a PlayStation exclusive, which is fine. Now this is going to be fun. Now, I have played the demo for Dave the Diver. Looks great. I think it's a fun, and actually, I sat down and played it. It was actually kind of fun. This is what is going to freak me out. I think my last run before the demo ended, I was killed by a shark, and then I had to come up to the surface, do my next sushi run, and the demo was over. So literally the last memory I have of the demo is me getting eaten by a shark. And if that's that's definitely not the most terrifying thing, because I've seen the trailer for the full game. There's so many different crazy enemies you have to fight, so many different environments, and now they're doing a collab with Dredge. Dredge is another game that I've wanted to look at. I've been told about. Apparently this probably should have been in consideration for Game of the Year, according to most people. Dredge was... It's Dave the Diver, but you're above the water, sailing in a boat full of Lovecraftian horror. Nick said he liked it. He really enjoyed it, because it's really everything. And he even said to me as we were watching this today, Dave the Diver is sort of like my kind of underwater exploration game, mixed with, you know, sushi making and restaurant sim. Dredge was his kind of exploration, like water exploration game, and now they're both combined. There's Dredge content in Dave the Diver. I will play Dave the Diver, and I'll probably get around to playing Dredge at some point as well. I don't know how much... I know Dave the Diver is like $30 on the eShop, but I don't know how much Dredge is. But I will play them. Now this was a surprise. I wasn't expecting anything from these guys today. Square Enix, really, all we were expecting from them was FF7, and we got it. We got a live performance, which I will not be reacting to the trailer because one, it's FF7. I joke about FF7, but it is actually one of my all-time favorite games. The original is one of my all-time favorite games. It's, you know, so many memories for me and my family over the last like nearly 30 years it's been out. But we weren't expecting a Mana sequel, a new Mana game, which is something we haven't had in a good 20 plus years. I'm assuming it's because Trials of Mana did so well. The Trials of Mana remake and also the Collection of Mana must have done really well for Square Enix to say, you know what, here's another one. We're going to make another game. Which is great, because Mana is, especially Secret of Mana, the original on the Super Nintendo, overlooked. But you should go play the other games as well. The original Trials of Mana, which was released for the first time in English, and the remake, and also Legend of Mana on the, I think that was also a PlayStation game. Just don't play the PlayStation remake of Secret of Mana. I think it was on the PS4, or it might have been an earlier game. There was a remake or a remaster of Secret of Mana that was downright awful. Don't play it. If anything, play the original on the Super Nintendo, or go get Collection of Mana. But yeah, Visions of Mana. That's a brand new game on all consoles. It is on PS4. It's not on Switch, surprisingly. They haven't announced it for the Switch, but could potentially save, because it is 2024, they could potentially save a port for the Switch 2, whenever the hell that is announced. Get on it, Nintendo. We're waiting for it. But again, that could be the start of a trend. We could be seeing the smaller games could release on the Switch, but we could be seeing games from major studios like this say, there's really no point. The game looks like this. We want it to be on a console that will, you know, be able to provide the visual experience that we want to provide. So we'll wait for a console that's potentially a little more powerful. So it could be the beginning of a new trend where we see studios hold off on releasing straight away to the Nintendo Switch. Either see how it goes on the other consoles and use that as a litmus test and then port it later, or they'll just wait for the new console from Nintendo potentially coming, or at least announced sometime next year. Now this is, I don't know what the hell is this green line at the top here. Ignore that. That's probably my YouTube just doing a thing. Anyway, I wasn't expecting much from this. I don't think it actually showed the Marvel in the original, in the actual teaser. We didn't actually get the Marvel logo in the trailer. It went straight to, this is from Bethesda, this is from Arcane. These are the guys that did Deathloop and Dishonored. And I looked at this and I thought, are those the characters from Dishonored? I don't know. I don't want to accidentally do a racism, but all I know is that, yeah, I don't know what the hell that line is at the top there. I don't know if that's just the trailer or if that's me. I will keep an eye on it and see what happens. But we got a little bit of French drill in there as well. See, I didn't know what this was. I had no idea. I thought, okay, this is another, maybe this is Deathloop 2.
Relax,
maybe
man.
this is something else from, like, Arcane. Some cool French game. That's always unsettling. Does anyone else find that unsettling? When they, I don't know if women will understand, but dudes definitely will. When you go to a barber and they, you shave the neck, do you find it both relaxing and also terrifying? Like, oh, this feels really nice. Because it's like just a nice, clean shave. But at the same time, I'm worried this dude is going to accidentally cut my neck. Like, does that go through your mind, or is that just me? It might just be me. Yeah, so Vampire Fangs, he busts out the €20. That's actually really cheap for a haircut. For a full haircut and shave, €20. actually kind of cheap, because that's like, what, 50? Oh, actually, you know what? It's like 45, 50 bucks. It's, trust me, I work in FX. I should know. Yeah, no, that sounds really cheap. But it's Blade! Arcane Leon are doing a Blade game, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. So we've got three Spider-Man games from Insomniac. They're also doing the Wolverine game, and now we have Arcane working on Blade. And they did say during the Game Awards, during the actual presentation, that it's going to be a third-person action-adventure game. You're going around hunting vampires in Paris. Yeah, this game's going to rule. This game could actually legitimately slap. Like, for real. Yeah, so actually really hyped about that one. It's crazy because we are now getting all of these really awesome studios doing Marvel games. Like, Disney is just deciding, you know what, we're just going to dish out the license to whoever wants it, and most of the time it will work. Didn't work for Crystal Dynamics when they tried to make the Avengers into a live service game, but in every single player action adventure experience that we've had, most of it's been pretty good. Spider-Man, awesome. Miles Morales, I haven't played it, but looks great. Spider-Man 2 looks even better. Wolverine's probably going to be really cool, like that really gritty, violent action adventure, kind of like what the Logan movie was. Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess, was okay. Haven't really gone into that, but again, that was another Square Enix studio, or Eidos. No longer Square Enix, but was of Square Enix at the time. So maybe it's just the Square Enix studios that didn't know what they were doing with Disney properties, which is ironic considering they make Kingdom Hearts. You know, you'd think they'd be able to handle it a lot more, but I guess not. It's probably why we're not going to have any Marvel characters in Kingdom Hearts 4. Anyway, Blade, just from that teaser, looks sick. Cannot wait to hear more details about that. Next, we have Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, aka Budokai Tenkaichi 4. This is a new Budokai game. I don't care what anyone says. This is the Dragon Ball games of old. Actually, looks really good. Everything looks really... Damn! Games look really good. I have to stop saying it looks really good, because it does. And it's fully dubbed in English, so chances are the game's pretty far along at this point. If it was in Japanese, I'd say, okay, it's still got a while to go, but because it's been dubbed, I'd say this game's coming out very soon. I think it did say 2024, but probably early 2024. The game does look far along. Sparking Zero, Budokai Tenkaichi 4. So it says wishlist now, PS5, Xbox, Steam. No Switch, but again, could be waiting for a Switch too. But look at who it is. It's Bandai Namco, because they have, I think they have a license for Dragon Ball games. But also Spike Chunsoft. Spike Chunsoft is developing this, aka the guys behind Danganronpa, and some other games that, Inazuma 11? Did they do those? Or is it the Captain Tsubasa games? It's one of those two games. One of them's done by Level 5, the other's done by Spike Chunsoft, I think. And I can't discern the two right now. But Spike Chunsoft actually really good. Like, I love Danganronpa. If we could, it would have been great if we could get if we can get like a murder mystery set in the world of Dragon Ball, but hey, we'll stick with this. They're really good at making anime games, is what I'm saying. And Budokai Tenkaichi 4 looks really good. There's Bandai Namco. Now this immediately came on before the Dragon Ball trailer. I turned off my recording just prior to this, and I regret it, because this had me legitimately marking out. I didn't know what it was. I kind of assumed it was going to be Sega related. Sega did say, people should stay tuned to the Game Awards. There could be something really special, wink wink. And I thought, oh, okay, what are they doing? A lot of people were saying, could it be Virtua Fighter? No, it is not Virtua Fighter, and I know Max is going to be pissed off. That it's not Virtua. We didn't get any Virtua Fighter announcement. I heard the rings, so I thought maybe it's a Sonic thing, or maybe. But as you can see up there, there's all these arcade cabinets around, which is cool. I love arcade stuff. But just wait. You can see all the little thingies that sort of might have hinted, like, should have been a hint to what the hell they were doing.
Did you save the game?
Really? Of course I did.
Yeah, that's the first thing you have to check when the power goes out. Oh man, I could hear Nick from the other room going absolutely nuts. I went out to check on him. He was legitimately shaking because we're getting a new Jet Set radio. He loves Jet Set radio. I was like, what are they doing? We're getting a new Streets of Rage. It looks absolutely sick. There's Shinobi. We're getting also Golden Axe, which I was like, wait, is that Golden Axe? Holy shit, what are they doing? Sega, what are you doing? And we're also getting Crazy Taxi. Like, they're never going to release... So we're never getting Simpsons Hit and Run or Simpsons Road Rage on new consoles. But Crazy... Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Crazy Taxi, and potentially more Sega properties, remakes of these classic, or remakes or just new games in these franchises, now in development, set to be released over the next few years from Sega. Sega, they finally figured out, oh wait, we have other IPs, don't we, besides Yakuza and Persona. We should probably do something about that, huh? And then, dude, Sega is cooking. Sega is absolutely cooking. We got, oh man, so many. Atlas is, having a ball right now. We got the new Persona games, which we'll talk about soon. Metaphor also, and 2 Yakuza games coming out in the next couple of months. And now we get this announcement. Sonic ended up being really cool. Sonic Frontiers was great. Sonic Superstars was slightly disappointing, but at the same time, it's just fun to see 2D Sonic. Sega's on one right now. They are cooking. Yeah, that's my reaction. Speaking of Persona, it's an Xbox trailer, but no doubt it's also going to come out on other consoles. Persona 3 Reload, brand new trailer. I thought, because it was, now that was a bit of a tease, because I thought, okay, knowing the Persona releases, right? Persona 3 was blue, Persona 4 was all yellow, Persona 5 was all red. People are thinking, okay, when they finally announce Persona 6, it's going to be all green. So that, little bit of a tease, potentially. A little bit of an Easter egg saying, that thing you really wanted? That thing, you should probably stop milking Persona 5 and move on to something new? We're thinking about it. So, potentially Atlas. We could see Persona 6 very soon, or at least a teaser of it. I'm not expecting anything until, like, E3 or the Summer Games Fest or whatever the hell you call that week in June of just a bunch of game announcements. Probably not expecting anything till then, and if not, then TGS next year. Although they don't really announce anything new at TGS, so they probably will announce something at Summer Games Fest. But that's a long way away. We've got 2 new Atlas games coming. And we also had Persona 5 Tactica, which I'm yet to play, but it looks great. But, yeah. Just everything about this just looks fun. So, told ya, Sega cooking. Sega is on one right now. And Atlas does count as Sega, so it's all in the one. Absolutely killing it at the moment.
The dark hour. A time period
When are they? They should release a new Persona 3 anime. I know we got all those movies, but they should do like a proper show, like in 2024. Because look at it. Look at these characters. Look at these beautiful husbandos and waifus. Me when me whenever I try to stand up on my left foot.
In fact,
And considering I never played P3, I probably should go see if I can find the originals. I've got my PS2. I should go see if I can find the original games somewhere. Secondhand copies, just to play them, because I did say I wanted to play the original Yakuza as well, just for the culture, you know. But I will play the remakes. I should go get Persona 4 Golden too, and I'm basically playing everything in Persona except for Persona 5 proper, like either Vanilla, which I have, or Royal Edition. So that's what's happening right now. Persona 5 Royal, yeah, it's on Xbox, who cares? Persona 5 Royal, P4 Golden, which is on all consoles, and now Persona 5 Tactica, which, you know, does interest me. And we're getting P3 Reload, and we're also getting Metaphor ReFantasio, a new trailer from the game I'm actually looking forward to the most out of all of them, because it's an entirely new it's an entirely new thing. It's fantasy. So you've got Shin Megami Tensei, which is kind of like gothic, but also kind of fantasy. But it's more, I'd say it's more gothic than anything. Then you've got Persona, which is sort of like the modern, suave, sort of real world kind of thing. And now you've got Metaphor, which is the fantasy side. So you've got the three. Atlus's big three. They're pretty much all the same game. Like, they're all Shin Megami Tensei in some way. They got the mechanical designer from Evangelion to work on this. They got some staff from Nier Automata working on it as well. But it's mostly the Persona guys working on this. Which is fine, because it is Persona, it is Shin Megami Tensei, like all the same kind of stuff. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, like, all the games kind of feel sort of samey, but not really. Just there's some mechanics that are changed around. But yeah, like, if that works, I don't see any, like, the characters are exactly, like, characters look exactly the same. Like, the same character designer who does all the stuff for SMT and Persona. Like, the internal team at Atlus that handles all of that. Like, they look exactly the same, but who cares? It's coming out in fall of 2024, so April at the earliest. It does say Xbox, but again, this is an Xbox trailer. I will assume that it's also going to come out on PS5, but again, we don't know yet. If this is an Xbox exclusive game, I will actually be very disappointed, because I want to play it, and I don't have either of these things. Well, technically I have a Windows, but it's not very good, as you can probably tell by the quality of these videos. Anyway, that was a Microsoft trailer, so I'm assuming it's going to end up on PlayStation as well, which will be great. I know the Persona games will. So, boom. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the main event, the final two trailers of this playlist. The first one is the new content from Honkai Star Rail.
Do you still remember it? Fables about the stars.
We're getting some new characters. I'm assuming this is going to be like version 1.6, or just the first tease of content coming out in 2024. Which is great. They've really planned ahead. The baby. What's wrong? What's wrong, baby? Yo, there's my bear. There's Serval. There's my other bear. And speaking of bears, there's all the bears.
Those are unforgettable.
This game is just
but they are only
full of. They're all so hot. I won't lie, especially that girl. Damn. And Sucrose. There's Sucrose. She is adorable. I tried to pull her. I failed. But the Silver Wolf banner is back, so I'm going to save up for that. And because Honkai Star Rail won an award, they have promised us 1,600 Stellar Jade, which means we are getting a free 10 pool. And they also, I think, won the awards for iPhone Game of the Year and Google Play Game of the Year, which is crazy.
Welcome to Penacony.
Congratulations to
Young
both of
lady.
those. They
May I ask your name?
Honkai basically dominates the market. Mobile, like it is the king of mobile games at the moment. So congratulations to Honkai and Hoyo for that. And also, we're getting Raiden. We're getting Raiden again. That was Raiden. And there's also Hanya on the screen as well, who I really want to... And we also got the tease for the new environment that we're going to be looking at. And I did... Yes, I already am in love with Hanya. She is Tired Girl, which is kind of my vibe, because I am Tired Boy. So I do love me to lewd my Tired Girls, because they look very cute and sweet and pretty, and I don't know, it's the bags under the eyes. Like, have you seen that meme? There's a bunch of tired girls in anime. It's like, do I have a type? Do I have a type? Yeah, I think I might have a type, and it's just a bunch of tired girls. Yeah, I think that might be a type. I think I might have to add that to the type list. So we have long black hair, glasses, big booba. We have gyarus, and then we have tired girls. Those are my jam. Anyway, enough about Honkai, because another cock tease from Hoyo. I was so ready to get a release date. But no, alas, we don't have one yet. Although this trailer does look kind of sick. And you know what the best thing is? Nick wants to play. Or I don't know if he actively wants to play, but he is interested. Because this is very, like, single-player hack and slash. As far as we know, there's no gacha. This is just a straight-up action-adventure game from Hoyo. Their passion project. You know, this is where all the Genshin waifu money is going. All the money I'm going to spend to get Primo Gems to scout Ayaka. It's all going to this game, and it definitely shows, because judging from this trailer, it looks fucking gorgeous. Like, look at it. This is going to be crazy. This is going to melt all of our consoles and PCs combined, judging by everything that is happening in this trailer. I love it. And I've been waiting for a release date. But we still don't have one. It's still tentatively coming soon. Which... I hate it. It's such a kick in the balls. Oh my god. You don't know how long I've been waiting for this. But, alas, we'll have to wait a little bit longer for them to finally announce when the game's coming out. In the meantime, we've still got Honkai, we've still got Genshin. I'm still bummed out that Genshin didn't receive any recognition for the content they have released this year. Fontaine, version 4, the Archon store, the Archon quests, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't played them for myself, but I've seen so much of it, and the general consensus is they just keep getting better. This is somehow better than Sumeru. And Sumeru, I have played, and Sumeru's Archon quests were actually really good. I'm still making my way through... Oh, not making my way through Sumeru, because I've finished... I think I'm up to Act 6, and the interlude chapter, but I want to finish a bunch of story quests and world quests and just tidy everything up before I finish them, and then I can finally move on to Fontaine and catch up to everyone else. So I am slowly getting through it. It is like a daily game for me. And speaking of Genshin, that's the video you're getting tomorrow. Day 9 of 25 Days of DYNEmas. I will be reacting, and this will definitely go to plan. I am not going to take this one out. I'm not going to change this video in any way. I am going to be I'm going to see how good my OBS works with Twitch, because I am going to be watching on Twitch. I'm not going to be watching on YouTube. But we are reacting to the 4.3 special program. We're going to get Navia. We're going to get the other girl, the purple-haired girl with the gun. I've forgotten her name. But that's not what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what we're there for. You might be there for that if you're a Genshin fan. You might be there for this new Geo character, the first Geo character in over 2 years. This basic bitch, Taylor Swift looking beauty. But I'm not there for that. The leaks, they have to be true. The leaks are true. Ayaka is coming to version 4.3. Her banner is releasing alongside Navia, which means potentially December 20th, we could be scouting for Ayaka on this channel. It's what I've been waiting for this entire time, and I cannot wait to see if she'll finally get announced. If not, then the video will end. I'll just say that. Anyway, enough Genshin talk, that's for later. That is airing tonight as of when I'm recording this, but you'll see it tomorrow night because you'll be seeing this video while I am watching the Genshin thing. Anyway, that's all the trailers. This cool shit trailer roundup of all the stuff I'm interested in from the Game Awards. Congratulations to all the winners. A few of them were kind of basic, but Baldur's Gate 3 probably deserves Game of the Year. And Genshin deserved more than it got. But congrats to Honkai for winning Best Mobile Game. Not just at the Game Awards, but also from Apple and Google Play. Honkai is killing it right now. But that is going to do it for today, day 8 of 25 Days of DYNEmas, our trailer roundup from the Game Awards. What was your most excited? What's the game you're most excited for from the Game Awards? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this trailer roundup and you want me to continue doing these instead of doing like live reactions to presentations, we can keep doing these things. We can keep doing trailer reactions and trailer roundups from stuff. You guys really liked the Xbox one that I did, so why don't we keep doing it? We'll do it for the Game Awards. We'll do it for everything. Oh, and also Monster Hunter announced a new game. That's also happening. Monster Hunter Wilds. It's basically Monster Hunter World 2. It's not a Nintendo game. It's the other side. It's the PlayStation and Xbox side of Monster Hunter. They're releasing a new game. That's what ended the Game Awards. That was the last world premiere of the evening. And my brother almost cried because he loves Monster Hunter and he cannot wait for this already. But, alright, I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to end the video. Until tomorrow, Genshin 4.3 special program reactions is my wife, my princess, my pillow princess, going to show up in Genshin Impact for the first time in several months. Anyway, we'll see. Check that out tomorrow. But for now, hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. And bye for now.